Welcome to a coronavirus infected box of pop culture unboxing. Today, we learn that our hometown of Pittsburgh still discovers things. Plus, Harrison Ford loses $50 million for Disney, but don't worry, he'll get it back with Indiana Jones. An important piece of gaming history experiences a birthday, and we remind you of some of the movies coming out in 2020 that you may have forgotten about. Roll the intro, whoever edits this. I can't talk, in case you guys can't tell. Hi guys, I'm Matt.
Hey Matt. Hey.
What's your name?
I don't know anymore.
It's Ryan.
Hey.
And who's this other guy?
Well, this is our...
No, stop. Let him introduce himself.
Oh, it's me,
this
Zach.
is our friend.
It's Zach. Yeah, you guys have heard him before.
He's
you
your friend.
should know him by
He's
now.
a good friend.
Hopefully he's a little louder on the mic now that I turned up the gain a little bit.
Yeah.
He was kind of quiet.
He's got
in
a
the last
softy
episodes.
voice. Softy boy
We'll
voice.
fix that.
Yeah, I try to be more clear in order to do that. I have to lower my voice.
That's okay. We'll fix it.
You have to... Wow. I wish I could do that. People wish I would be quieter. But
Same.
I can't. If I can't, lower
I'm
my
a loud
voice
boy.
down. You really are a really loud boy. I could hear you in the supermarket,
I'm the
walking,
oldest. I'm the oldest of 9. You got to be loud if you want to get heard.
You walk around Walmart, all I got to do is just yell Matt. And you can hear
Marco,
him.
Polo.
Yeah, and that's his normal voice. Just talk like Polo, in the middle of Walmart when they're the busiest at the front counter. When for some reason there's only 3 aisles open, but they have 15 of them. And people can't get jobs. Laziness.
I mean,
that's what it is.
There's robots all over the place now. Who needs jobs?
Yeah.
We Star Trek up in here now.
Oh, good.
Get Andrew Yang in here. Get us all our
Not
basic
anymore.
income.
Yeah.
And Bloomberg neither, because he lost every state.
He actually
He lost what, 500 million?
He lost or didn't lose. He spent $12 million per delegate.
Amazing.
Oh man,
That
and got
sucks.
no votes.
Speaking of, hey, I have some cool things I want to bring up to you today, Matt.
Why?
And you, Zach.
Why?
Because it's our podcast. It's
were
what we
just,
do.
Oh, I
It's
thought we were just hanging out.
But
Dude.
today, we brought a urine expert in to come talk
did.
about a story. Zach, do you want to tell us what story you found?
Yeah.
Well, there's a really interesting story of a lady that got pulled over, and she I think she blew a .3.
Oh,
for a
yikes.
DUI.
I still don't understand the numbers.
shows no symptoms, and they take her to the policy for police is to take them to the hospital because that's a deadly range. You're probably gonna die.
Well, I think
really?
I think 0.2 should kill a normal person.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
thought 0.8 was like a
0.08.
Oh,
0.08.
0.08.
0.08 is legally drunk.
Oh my!
So
Yeah.
she blew a .3, which is she's most likely gonna die. She's definitely got alcohol poisoning. She gets to the hospital and they're like, she's showing no symptoms, and she's
she
saying,
can
"Listen,
see
I
and
haven't
everything?
drank today," in the whole 9 yards. And it turns out that she has auto brewery syndrome. So there's only I think 200 people worldwide that have this.
So now there's 201.
201.
The statistic I found
If
was
this is
200 total.
this is the article that
But did they know? But if they know there's 200, then they would have known about her to begin with, right?
Yes, but
So now
it's
there's
so
201.
rare that not very many people know about it.
Yeah. So maybe we have.
But this
it.
woman, that'd be amazing.
How do? Oh,
Oh,
I know
that'd
how
be
we have to-
terrible if you get pulled over. You're
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could just say I can't control what my body
But
does.
here's the thing, though, is if you do have that, you can drunk drive all you want because I bet they give you a little card or something like that says I have this condition that makes me blow really high on alcohol.
I think
thing.
what would happen there at that point is they would use a sobriety check.
But what
so
make-
if you're incapable, because you're effectively your body will adjust to the constant alcohol. So if you're a functioning alcoholic, you probably have a constant blood alcohol level of 0.1.
Mm-hmm.
So your body actually adjusts to it. So you're not drunk until you hit a 0.18.
Yeah.
So it's the same deal, but only they've been doing it at a higher level.
But from my understanding, when I read these articles, the woman, the reason this woman that's here in Pittsburgh, because this is a woman who's discovered here in Pittsburgh, reason she's such a big deal is because most people that have this disease, it's just created within. They can brew it in their body. She actually urinates it. When it comes out of her, it's alcohol. It goes in juice and Gatorade and whatever, and then comes out alcohol. But what's the reason? Is there a reason why they?
I believe it's in the lower end of the gut. It'll take carbohydrates from food. and it'll actually ferment it
Like
in your lower
yeast.
gut. Yeah. So there's actually an interesting. I won't get too much into it, but if you drink a beer from the opposite direction, you'll get drunk a lot faster.
And you die.
They call
Yes.
that
Yes, you will.
They call that boofing,
Yes.
and typically you do it with liquor rather than beer.
Yeah, but that's because your intestine will absorb it so much quicker.
I heard it from a friend.
I learned that from watching
yes.
the JA films. Watching, I don't know if you've ever seen. Have you
Yeah.
seen the Jackass films?
I'm not huge on those.
Oh
things.
man, I love you. That's right. We need to watch those.
I
Those are
know,
part
but
of my
I
childhood.
I don't tend to like stuff like that.
Oh, it's gonna be fine. But
But yeah, there's a lot of fetishists that I'm sure were very intrigued to hear about this.
are you kidding me? I'm now one. I can get drunk off of her. Like, perfect girlfriend ever, right there. Don't listen to this, Robin.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I so wish that we had video casting as well, because I think the face I gave you may have been the best face I've ever made.
I didn't see it. I was too busy just thinking.
I was just trying to figure
Well,
out what to say.
I'm
I'm sure we'll find another reason
was-
for people to make good
I was
faces
too
at each
busy
other.
that after I said that, it's one of those things I said it and I really wish I never said it. Like after I said it, you guys gave me that look. I'm like,
Well, you probably can't afford her urine anyway. Speaking of things you can't afford,
Oh,
wow, that was quick.
that was pretty good.
thanks.
Good
I'm glad you guys
transition.
totally dropped the ball on actually taking the transition.
Well, it took me a second because we still got one more.
I
But,
can't see the clock.
It, it felt like time.
It felt
I'm
like time.
trusting
Yeah,
him
we were
to
we're
tell
about
me.
out.
So the next
Girl pees alcohol. Some people are intrigued by that. Drive drunk. Don't
Oh,
drive
yeah.
drunk.
More
We
than
don't
enough time
endorse.
to tell jokes.
Don't use it as an excuse. You're
We don't
probably not
endorse
someone
drive
who has
drunking.
it.
Drive drunk.
I'm not comfortable. That's how we ended that conversation. Is me saying I want to drink this person.
That's about the end of the conversation. How do you
Oh, that's
recover
great.
from that? Anyway,
You don't.
we can't afford
My
something.
favorite
What else
thing
can't you
in the
afford?
whole world. Zach, please talk about it because you have looks like a bunch of notes about what I want to talk about.
Oh, so there's I have my own opinions on this, but the corona
beer flu.
vaccine.
The beer flu.
I want you to be very clear. I made this completely against the way I made this was completely. I wrote the title of this so it would make you mad.
Well,
Because
you,
I
you
figured
can't, you can't afford the corona vaccine.
Yeah, I figured that you would
Oh.
have there's more to this than just that, and I was like, this is perfect.
I'll be honest with you. The very first I read the line, and the very first thing I thought of was, it hasn't been developed. We don't even know when it's going to be developed. How can you? How can you know the price?
But I could put some context behind this because I'm a huge fan of the coronavirus. I know that sounds bad, but I have explained to people
This just in, Ryan supports death.
I don't like the coronavirus killing people. I like how I'm interested in how the world is reacting to it because it's just so we're dropping the ball everywhere and it's amazing to watch it happen. But where that phrase came from is the state that at one point Trump had made it sound like if they were going to release the virus, you would have to pay. It would have to be paid for, and since the requirement of it to be free, those people are not willing to pay, so we would have to pay out of pocket. It's the way it was sounded, but it came out of Trump's mouth, and everything Trump says, sometimes he knows what he's trying to say, but he's very bad at it.
well, Trump is very. You can't take him literally.
Yeah.
So like I think there's a major difference between like Obama and Trump. Is Obama was a lot more articulate, and he definitely he said what he meant most of the time. Like Trump will be like, I think this is a problem and this is what we should do about it. It's like, okay, well, you know that he has a problem with it. The rest of that you can just chuck out the window.
Yeah.
So like,
Can you go in and explain to me real quick? Can you get a summary? What is really going on?
so with Corona, it's actually it's a, if I'm correct, it's a strain of the flu.
Yes.
So what is going on, I think the death rate for your standard flu that goes around is like 0.1%. And
No, it's 2.8%.
no, that's the corona.
No, the coronavirus is killing 3.1%. The average flu kills 2.8%.
Okay, so we're looking at this in totality. So the death rate of people that are infected with the normal flu
Yeah.
and die are at 0.1%.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So
I see what you're saying.
So it's a pretty low average. People with corona, so far what we've seen is that percentage is somewhere between 2 and 3. It's fluctuated.
Yeah.
Now the nice thing is more people are getting infected. We're seeing less death, which means that percentage is going to come down. But that's the initial fear is, oh, hey, it's got somewhere between a 2 and a 3% death rate. And also the problem is that China doesn't give you good information because they're more worried about how they look than the actual information. So like
That's what
their first round of numbers that came out, they didn't give any information for kids under 10, I believe. So it's like, okay, you're not telling me what's happening to kids under 10, which is a vulnerable group. And then also we're not sure which ones are real, but we know that what you're giving us is a 2 to 3%. So
Yeah.
it's probably worse. So now that it's spread to other countries and we're kind of starting to see, okay, it's not as bad. It's about the same or not as bad as we thought.
So
we're
now,
starting to calm down.
Does that 2 to 3% also include their tendency to cure people by putting a bullet in them?
Well,
Because
is that
technically,
technically recovery?
well,
they're technically not infected with coronavirus anymore.
I did find an interesting. It was kind of interesting if you were watching the news. There was a lot of talk about how they built like 3 hospitals in like a
and
week.
one of them already collapsed.
and what the problem is like shortly after that they were just rounding people up and throwing them in there with like no medical personnel to help them. Like there's no actual care. So it's like they built buildings to throw people in them, and that's the problem with China. They're a bad actor on the world stage.
And
Yep.
and as like you said, because as I think we said this earlier today too, when we were just having random conversations, Matt, like it's not very clear of how many people actually have. But I have numbers in front of me of how many cases we have, and this is where I get that percentages because I did like the math last night.
Yeah.
So as of Wednesday, March 4th at whatever time it is right now, the coronavirus, we have confirmed cases of 95,180, and there's only been 3,254 deaths and a recovery of 51,443. Now, as I said, I don't think this is anything that again, still don't believe COVID-19 is a big deal. Like, I don't think it's actually going.
Either it kills you or it doesn't.
It has the potential to be a big deal, and that's what everyone was worried about.
Yeah.
So like if that like from the more information that we're getting, the people that are dying are mostly 65 and up, which is like the people that it affects
with
the most.
respiratory issues and
And
their
they have
immune
issues.
system's not there.
Yes, exactly. So like to be honest with you, once it got out of China and we had more reliable data, and like we weren't worried about China trying to make themselves look better, then it was a little easier to kind of sit back and be like, okay, the people that are dying are over 65. It's a more aggressive flu. So we do need to take precautions. Like you still need to wash
Honestly-
your hands, and then once the vaccine does come out, you should get it.
Here's my opinion. Coronavirus is really short-sighted. Because here's the thing. Your job is to propagate and make more of yourself. But if you're killing people, first of all, people are going to work harder to get rid of you. And second of all, you're reducing your possible number of places to breed and propagate.
Yeah.
The coronavirus isn't very smart. And I'm going to go on record saying that
'Cause
I
it's-
disagree with its methods. They should have gone for they're going for lethality way too soon. They should have been going for infectiveness and the easeability of spread.
You want to know
before
something
they
else
went for
that wasn't very crap. I lost
Productive?
my.
Hey Ryan, do you want to know something else that didn't propagate very well
Dang
in the
it,
world
he took
market?
it from me. He took it. I wanted to interrupt him. All right, what, Matt? Because this is your story. Go ahead.
Harrison Ford's movie Call of the Wild is going to lose $50 million in the box office.
Didn't even know this was a movie.
Most people didn't. It was one of those last ones that Fox was making before they got bought out by
this
Disney.
This is one of those cases where if you don't advertise your movie, you're gonna lose
Yep.
money.
The article said the numbers. It'll be posted in the show notes. Suffice to say, they spent a lot of money on marketing, and they spent a lot of money on making CGI for the dog that everyone didn't really like anyway.
Yeah.
And so the movie didn't make any money. And luckily for Disney, the movie was co-funded by another company. So they're not losing all of that money. But I think if you're Disney, when you're spending how many billions of dollars on a merger like this, I don't think $50 million is going to bother you too much.
Wow.
TSG is the one who co-financed the film.
And what's this? Do you know what this
They,
movie's about? Is this dog sled movie?
It's
Do you know how much they spent on advertising? Because to be honest
I have
with
the
you,
numbers here. It was made for $45 million in the U.S. and $79 million globally after 2 weeks in theaters. It carries a price tag of above $125 million due to expensive and widely criticized uses of CGI. Sources close to the production and rival studio executives estimate the film needs to make between $250 and $275 million to break even. and it's only made what 45 plus 79, so just around 130 million.
I think this is an absolute show of a failure of marketing. Like, I think I've seen more Joe Biden campaign ads, and I've seen none.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, that's what happened to Solo.
I think the only reason I know I knew anything about this movie when I sat down today is because I thought I saw a trailer for it when we went and saw a movie together. Whatever movie, I don't know, Birds of Prey. They had like Cinemark had it in there as like their normal trailers that they show.
Yeah, you got to look at the picture of this dog from this. It'll be in the. Looks kind of weird, doesn't it?
Is it really that bad? Oh,
He's
yeah.
got a lazy eye.
It's real weird.
Yeah.
A CGI lazy eye for a dog.
So that's the thing.
This
And
is like the
this
New
article will be
Mutants.
linked in the show notes.
I mean, we'll talk about it later, but this is also the New Mutants is still coming out. I totally forgot that movie existed.
I don't even know what it's about.
I'll explain, but
Okay.
You know, it would be a really, really easy to watch these movies if we had a gamer bed.
wow, we're really bad at this.
You guys are really bad at
gamer
this.
beds. No, okay, we'll talk about it afterwards.
I thought that was good.
Oh,
I
all right.
took a shot in the dark.
It was good. Oh my god, this is the first time I'm looking at this thing. Are you
This is the first time you've
serious?
seen the gamer bed?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
this
pulling these
thing
up.
is-
I'm pulling up a lot of these articles as we're going to.
This gamer bed
And it's from Kotaku East.
looks so stupid, but it's like, yeah, if I honestly was like a teenager and still with my parents, or I was in college, that bed would be in my dormitory, and that's just where I would.
I'll be honest with you. I really wish we would spend more time on this, because I saw that bed, and the first thing I thought of, as soon as I'm debt free, my office is going to have one of those.
a bed
Did
to
you guys
work.
look at the pictures in this article?
No.
They're ridiculous.
Great.
Oh, that's great. See, I saw this on Reddit, so
This is
It's super great, because it's like you have a stand,
such a
for your
waste of
computer,
money.
you have a stand
Isn't
for
like,
a TV and
isn't
your games.
like everybody realizing now that it's like your room with all your screens and your bed should be two separate rooms? Like that's how you be healthy.
did anyone ever realize the fact that every time you slap the word gamer on it, whether it's a gamer desk or it's a gamer chair
Or gamer
it
girl
always
bathwater.
has the same aesthetics to it. Like I've seen so many desks that are called gamer desks that have like the tray to hang your Cheetos and crap from while you also have your head.
All those stupid
They
gamer
all
chairs
look the
with the
same.
racing style seats are so uncomfortable. Like a nice office
a
chair.
DX racer.
Yeah.
See, that's kind of why I'm excited about it, is because like anytime I would play games, like when I was a kid, a lot of the time it'd be when I was sick. So like I would be laying in bed, and it would be great to like have like a really comfortable, like partially laying down, but also set up so that you can be comfortable and play games. I think it's like the worst thing in the world, because like I do not have a comfortable couch to do that.
But what about this? Would you guys like this as your gamer chair?
Oh my! What an abomination!
That's crazy.
how much this thing actually is?
$10.
$10? Close. It's $15,000 for
Oh
that chair.
God! Isn't that like almost the same price as that like omnidirectional walking pad you can get for VR?
Yes.
Oh God.
Like close to it. Yeah. But if you guys were by this, you obviously are you guys going to play? You guys are you're more PC. I'm a console guy. You're probably a console guy. I don't know much about
Imagine
you.
just sitting there
I have
admitting his
consoles,
inferiority
but-
just like that.
Guess what? Guess what, guys?
What,
So
Ryan?
on today, I said the date, but I don't remember what the date is. March 4th, I think. But today is the day that PlayStation 2 turns 20 years old.
Yeah.
And that made me feel terrible about myself.
Why?
Because I realized, wow, I am 27 years old and I'm about to hit 30.
You'll get older. Don't worry.
The 30's coming, and then all my hair is gonna fall out. But
It's all
do you guys have like a? Did you guys play PlayStation 2 as kids?
Yeah,
You guys,
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys
I
have
had
like
a
a
PlayStation
favorite
2.
game or memory?
Oh geez, I have several.
I
What's
used
like?
to play a lot of Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
I played a ton
yes.
of the. I actually would play the original Spyro game, the original 3 Spyro games on my PS2 a lot. Ace Combat 4, I think I played a ton of. Yeah, I played the PS2 quite a bit.
I can't go back and pick a PlayStation 2 game that was like, yeah, I played a lot of.
Also, I'm
PlayStation
just
2
dealing
games.
with this now because the article you put in the show notes was broken for it. So I went looking for another one to throw in there.
Yeah.
And just a friendly reminder to everyone is turn off Google AMP. It is terrible for this free web that we want and net neutrality and all that. It's
I don't know
Google
what
taking.
Yeah, I don't know what that
They
is.
they optimize web pages for their own ads and stuff like that, and they make them load faster from Google.
Oh.
But it takes views away from that actual website. Google AMP is evil.
Huh.
Remember
I don't
that they
know enough
removed
about-
Don't Be Evil from their
Also, you can
company
find that
slogan
article.
or whatever.
The article that I found is a Kotaku article. So
Yeah,
you
it was
can find
404.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't go back and I think like I have a memory playing PlayStation 2.
I have memories.
I don't really have like a certain game that was like my favorite.
Well, I never for my PlayStation experience, I didn't get the PlayStation 3. So
Yeah.
I played with the PlayStation 2 all the way through 3, then jumped directly into PlayStation 4.
Oh, really? Okay.
So-
I pretty much did the same thing.
So there were several series that I absolutely loved. Was the Jack and Daxter series when it came to PlayStation
Yeah.
4 on the like the playback that they
Yeah,
have.
their
I
playback edition.
played through that series again. The Sly Cooper series I absolutely loved.
I remember going to
See,
a friend's
Sly
house and playing
Cooper
those
series,
a lot.
if I had to say that or Dragon Ball Z Budokai were probably some of like the best.
Budokai 2.
PlayStation Yeah,
Budokai 2
those
is
are
my
the-
favorite.
Definitely like the best PlayStation. In fact, Budokai 2 is how
Isn't
I
that
got
what,
it.
the one dude in Crash Bandicoot says?
Ooga Booga.
Yeah.
That's what he says.
Unmaga.
Not Budokai.
That is what I think it is.
But-
Umaga.
But
Okay,
anyway,
yeah,
in
whatever.
Budokai 2, in fact, because they came out with a new Dragon Ball Super movie that was Broly versus Gogeta, but Budokai 2 is the reason I was excited for that fight, because back when I was a kid, seeing Gogeta and Broly try to fight themselves off at the end of the opening cinematic excited me. But also, I don't have any more time to talk about this, so sorry, we gotta
Okay.
move on. I
Happy
don't
birthday,
like-
PlayStation.
I don't like this new flow. Yeah, happy birthday, PlayStation 2. Can't-
Doesn't that mean that Xbox is hitting theirs soon?
Probably. Still
Like,
out. Okay.
Yeah, like, yeah, Xbox should be hitting theirs soon then, because they
Which one? You mean Xbox?
the original Xbox,
The original?
the PS2 was the competition for it, not the PS1.
Yeah, I feel like it's a year older though, because I feel like the Xbox existed first and then the PlayStation.
Did it?
2.
I thought they competed directly against each other. I guess they couldn't, because the whole thing now is that I accidentally just turned on a YouTube video. God, oh, save me, please.
No, I think it was PlayStation 2, and Xbox came out, and then Xbox 360 was with PlayStation 2, I believe.
No, it wasn't. Xbox 360 and PS3 were competitors, because
Okay.
then the Xbox One
Okay,
and
that
PS4
makes sense.
competed.
Because I was gonna say I had a 360 during that time as well.
So you're right. So the PlayStation 2 actually came out first.
Okay.
The Xbox original didn't debut until November 15th, 2001. So it's
Wow, was it that long?
yeah, apparently.
And then it wasn't until 360/PS3 that they were competing directly against each other, coming out at the same time.
yeah.
All right.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
more you know. Huh.
Yeah, cool.
Well,
We
speaking
played-
of good games that we've played, the remake of Final Fantasy VII looks
I
great.
did not play the original Final Fantasy VII. I played the remake. So
This is the point in the podcast where I kind of check out and let you nerd
Yeah.
boys do your nerd talking.
yeah, Sony released the guy that has like 4,000 hours.
Listen,
in Destiny 2.
and also has the giant Enterprise
great.
sitting up on a shelf over there.
Yeah. Anyway, I sat down to play the Final Fantasy VII remake. It's a demo that they came out with. I have some problems, but the game is good. It is really fun.
Wait, can I riff?
It's very beautiful.
Can
Go
I riff,
ahead.
please? Thank
Yeah.
you. Are they going to take this one off the store in a month to everyone's chagrin?
Yes.
No.
Probably, yeah.
And then
I was gonna
PlayStations with
download
it
it.
No, that's a
downloaded are
lie.
going to be,
No, I don't know. They probably won't.
and then
but
PlayStations with it downloaded are going to be worth a ton of money.
probably I would.
You know the reference I'm making, right?
PT.
Please?
I get
Okay.
it. I get it. I get it. I still have PT on my PlayStation.
I
Wow,
deleted it.
brag
My
about it.
PlayStation is
You know how
worth
much that's
money.
worth?
Probably a lot. I don't care. PT I've only played once, and
And then someone made a remake of it, and
Final
they,
Fantasy.
they got
stay focused.
they got copyrighted down. I want to talk about something too, Ryan. I can't
You've-
talk about Final Fantasy.
You've
It's
talked
like,
about a lot.
great.
I just want to say, because this is a demo and the fact that they're releasing this game in parts, I felt like I had an appetite. I tasted the appetizer for the appetizer. You know what I mean?
Okay, so when you say releasing in parts, are they doing the demo and then they're releasing the game, or
No,
are they
the game's
doing
gonna
like
be
part
released
1,
in-
part 2?
No, the game itself, like the full story of Final Fantasy VII,
Mm-hmm.
is going to be broken up into 4 parts. So this first game that's coming out, I think in April, that's technically Final Fantasy VII Part 1. And then that's only going to go to a certain point, and then they're going to...
Are you gonna have to buy the next parts?
No. So basically, you're going to pay money to get the first part, and
Mm-hmm.
then the other parts will come as they go. You know,
That sounds absolutely terrible.
I mean, that's kind of how it's a cash grab, because I don't know how this is going to work. I don't
Yeah.
see, because I can't sit there and play a game like Final Fantasy and just be like, yeah, all right, that was good. I can't wait for the next part, and then sit and wait around.
Well,
to
I could
continue the
see
story.
if they do something like Kingdom Hearts 3, I think what they did was there was an update like 24 hours after it was released, so that people that sped through the game and had it done in 12 hours wouldn't spoil it for other people.
Yeah, don't say that.
They gave them a full day.
Don't say that, cursed.
Oh, that was a terrible game.
He has a memory.
I was so upset because I love the second game. The second game was great. It built on the first one. The mechanics were better. I got to the third game and I was like, everything I do is nothing.
Oh, I like the third one. We sat down and tried to play through it in our YouTube channel, and a gaming YouTube channel we created.
Yeah.
I think it's called Sunken Ship Gaming. But you can go back and watch it. And it's just Matt and I ripped. It got so bad that Matt didn't want to play it anymore, so that he came up with a new segment where I play an iPad game of dressing up Hercules or playing like crappy like appware games on his iPad while Zach actually played the game.
Nope.
It was that bad.
It was that bad.
It was.
I didn't want to be there.
I hated it for the storyline because the storyline was so convoluted and so complicated, and also every world that you went to, it didn't make any sense. It was like you would go there and there's no reason for you to help. It was just like, oh, hey, they're here doing something. Okay, I stopped that, but it has no consequence. Like in the previous games, they were screwing up with the worlds, and you needed to protect the world.
Also, it was very clear that the Kingdom Hearts like overarching story. I know we got to move on to the next segment, but the Kingdom Hearts story is just a guy who wrote these ideas, realized like, oh, there's holes, tried to fill those plot holes with more story, and just kept creating plot holes to the point that now we're still at plot holes, and we're just like, what is going on? This story is so convoluted, and crazy.
Oh yeah. The last thing that I want to say on that is that they if they would have been willing to let characters die, it would have been fine, because like the last probably hour of the game is bringing back every character that ever existed.
I know. It felt like
okay, now I'm just like, okay, we're done.
It felt like the end game, like Marvel's like Avengers Endgame version. But but since we're talking about movies, I want to bring you guys up. So
I'm back.
We're back to 2020. There's movies coming up. Like some of them are obviously movies we're all going to hear about. You know, you got Black Widow, you got Wonder Woman, you've got there's a bunch. But there are a bunch of movies that I saw that are very interesting, at least from seeing trailers of them or just in passing I heard about, that I think should be on people's radar because they are just, some of them are very just interesting. They're not action film. You're not going to watch people fight each other all the whole way through. You're not going to see a bunch of gunplay. So I created a list of like some movies that maybe people have forgotten that might be really fun to watch. I linked in our show notes all the trailers if anyone got a chance to watch them. I watched them.
I watched most of them.
I watched a bunch.
So the first movie that's on the list, and I'm going to do these in order of when they come out this year. The first movie that I have on the list is called The Way Back, and it starts March 26th in theaters. March 6th. I'm sorry. So in a couple days from now, this movie looks really good. I'm a sucker for like those comeback stories, and I feel a lot more of an attachment to this because I don't have a good as I've said, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but I don't have a relationship with my parents. It took me a long time to get to where I am now, and it's not as good as it could be. The son and father aspect of this, of like this guy who grew up with like a dad who in his eyes never felt like he was good enough, and now he's growing up to be an adult and living with those consequences. That hits like really home to me. Like it hits at home. So I thought this movie looked good, and as I'm growing up and getting older, my tastes are changing, and these are the kind of movies I'm finding more of a taste for. Like 1917 was a film that I don't think a couple years ago I would have been interested in watching, but I'm really glad I saw that over any superhero film. So like my taste
I don't
is
miss
changing
missing Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
it's like watching the old Goofy movie where it's him and his son, and like when you're a kid you're like, let him go to the concert. The older you get, you're like, go on the camping trip with your dad.
Yeah.
It's like,
I like how they quietly have been trying to pretend that Goofy doesn't have a son lately.
Oh yeah, his son Max doesn't exist,
which is weird because those movies were great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what's the next one?
What did you guys see about that? Like, think about this. Did you guys?
I didn't watch this trailer.
You didn't watch this one? Did you?
I watched the trailer. It's it has the potential to be good. It seems like there's a lot of cliches in it. But it's kind of hard to get away from cliches when you're talking about like, hey, there was someone who was good at something who gave it up and now he's back.
Yeah, I think that this is a good matinee movie. Like a good go on the weekends, like during the morning, like just you don't need to spend $14 on it, but it's still...
I also think it's a hard thing with Ben Affleck doing eventually he's going to have to forgive someone,
Yeah.
And like him as a person doesn't.
Yeah.
So like it's gonna be hard for me to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good date movie. I kind of want to take my girlfriend to go see it. But the second one, this is one that's kind of known, but this is really, I think Matt is really excited for. I'm kind of excited for. A bunch of us are kind of excited. I don't know if you saw the first one, if you liked the first one, but Quiet Place Part 2, I'm really interested. Whatever, John Krasinski made such a great film that I didn't think, like, it felt like it was going to be very, to me, it felt like it was going to be a very like, oh yeah, I've seen this before, but it wasn't. And I'm very interested to see where he goes with it.
I actually just watched it probably 2 weeks ago. Did a date night with my girlfriend. It was great.
Oh, really?
And I actually really liked the Quiet Place. Much better than Bird Box. Bird Box was terrible.
Bird Box is
Yeah.
stupid. Bird Box,
Oh, yeah.
Any film that creates a challenge for people to do in real life is stupid.
Oh,
That's the problem.
My problem with it is you build suspense by withholding information, but you don't build suspense by withholding all the information.
Yeah.
But no, I did like A Quiet Place. I am interested to see how they're going with the third one or the second one, because at the end of the first one, it was kind of like, okay, there was only 3 of them.
Yeah.
So like obviously now there's more. So I'm kind of interested to see how they do that. But overall, I thought it was good. There's a couple things that I would change, but it was like preference things. It wasn't things where I was like, wow, this made or break the movie.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely going to go check this part 2 out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On
Maybe,
March 20th.
maybe it won't cut out at the end.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
close?
maybe we'll, March 20th. Yep. It comes out March
That's
20th.
awesome.
You know what comes out? Else comes out that day? Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing. That has spawned a whole new bunch of memes
I am
now.
going to buy both.
Wow.
I've already
Have you
decided
seen all
to
the
buy
memes?
both.
Of
Yeah.
Isabella
Which one did you
and Doom Guy.
It's great. I love the
My
one with her
favorite is
sitting on the
someone-
shotgun saying, let's get it.
Yeah.
My favorite one is it was a one from GTA 5 where Michael and them, they like, it's a scene. Michael like walks up to the back of the truck and Trevor has kidnapped Bo. He's like, which one did you buy? He's like, am I crazy? I bought both.
Yeah.
But Trevor is you. And then like the Michael's the wallet. It just says, oh no. I just see $150 gone.
That's amazing.
But, I have another one. I have a lot on this
You
list.
do have a lot of
I'm going to
these.
skip over some because some of these I actually, the more I think about it, I don't really care about. This one, Trolls World Tour. The only reason this is on here is because of you. I know
really
you
want to
see this movie.
I did enjoy the first one. I don't know how I feel about this next one making metal the villains, but I feel like they'll change that and it'll be like, oh, all music's cool.
Yeah.
But I have trouble not enjoying that original one, so I feel like this one will be good too.
I mean,
Plus, for the life of me, I can't help but find the stuff catchy in those things. They just do good music occasionally.
I'm a pretty big, like, that film comes out April 17th. Another film that I'm pretty into is like Scoob.
I saw the trailer,
I just think it's like a good kids film.
I was going to say,
And it's a good
that's
film
the
to take
Scooby-Doo
like,
Origins, right?
and it was Matthew Lillard, right? That they kind of just screwed with it. No,
I
what's
don't
the guy's name who always played Shaggy?
know. I don't remember.
Matthew Lillard is the voice of Anakin in Clone Wars, so it's not that.
Yeah.
But like,
I know his face. I don't know his name.
But like, yeah, they just screwed him out of it because he didn't even know they were making a Scooby-Doo movie until he saw the trailer.
Yeah, but my
the
birthday
announcement.
is May 12th, so maybe you
So
guys.
you're saying I need to take you to Scoob?
No. Yes.
He is.
Happy
But
pre-birthday.
Happy
but
birthday,
Scoob
Ryan.
comes out May 15th, so that'll be
Yeah,
exciting.
it might be good. Who knows?
Another film, this is not for kids, The Candyman. Pretty pumped. Everything that...
Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah, everything that Jordan Peele makes so far, even though it's always a horror film, I'm in. I'm all in.
Yeah, nothing against the actor of the movie. I can't do horror films. They're too predictable.
You should try Get Out by Jordan. It was his debut. Get Out
yeah.
is a phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Definitely,
I
it's more of a thriller.
Well, I like thrillers because
Yeah.
thrillers are fun because you have all the information and you're trying to figure out what's going on next. Like horror movies, it's like, oh, something's gonna happen. No, it didn't. Now it is.
You got to watch his movies. He does a really good job of marrying thriller and horror. It's kind of a thriller horror in the same way Alien is, where
Yeah.
it's like
Well, you know, there's
what you
something out there.
don't know is what's scary.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes a good like thriller is that like you withhold enough information that you know what's possible and you're trying
Yeah.
to figure out what's going to happen next.
It
Yeah,
builds a
you
good
need to watch
mystery.
Get Out.
It builds
Okay.
a good mystery.
Okay, I'll
on
definitely watch it.
But yeah, Candyman looks really good. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be intriguing to watch. Another film. This is another kids film. It's called Pixar's Soul. I saw a
That is the movie is
trailer
called
for-
Soul by Pixar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw the
Inside Out Light.
trailer originally, and I thought, wow, I'm intrigued. Pixar makes good films.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I don't.
It looks amazing.
Pixar
Even
makes
for
good
adults.
films. I wish they would just make a Inside Out too.
Someday, man.
Because
Maybe.
Inside Out 1 was great. Like
Yeah.
my nephews loved it, and like it had a good message, which was like, hey, listen, you're gonna have emotions, learn how to control them.
Yeah, I definitely that for me in that movie, I can't handle that like imaginary friend disappearing. That part was a little hard. But
That was good.
yeah,
it was
I mean,
a great scene.
But it's great. Like Pixar
Yeah.
knows how to make films. Like there are definitely people that know how to make good
Oh
films.
yeah, like and especially when you watch Pixar movies like what was the one the Day of the Dead with why am I forgetting the name, with the dog and the kid who plays the guitar?
Oh no, I don't want to talk about that film.
What is it called?
It's so sad.
What is it called?
The Spanish one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, no, Mexican.
I
Takes
thought it was
place in Mexico.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And because it takes place on Dios de los Muertos.
Yeah.
The only one I know that they've done is the Book of Life, but that's not what
was
you're
it
talking
called?
about.
I don't know.
I love that movie though.
Pixar.
I'm
movie.
gonna hurt myself when I hear the name of it.
See, the Book
Coco.
of Life was
Coco.
a good.
Yeah.
Coco. It's funny.
Oh,
I
that
immediately
movie was
googled
spectacular.
I googled Pixar movies, and that was one of the first ones.
Because
that
it's
come up.
such a good movie. I need to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's really good. Another one I want to go down on the list. We're gonna skip down here. This one I feel like this is a series that I can't figure out why it's still successful because I don't hear enough people talk about it. The next film is called The Kingsman. Oh, I'm sorry. Soul comes out June 19th. But this film, The Kingsman. So the Kingsman series, I love these.
It's phenomenal.
I love those films. They're really good.
I never ended up seeing the second one.
But people,
I need to see the second one as well.
But the thing is, the second one I felt like was better than the first one.
You're the only person I've ever heard say that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the second one was fantastic compared to the first one. But what this like this one apparently tells like the origin of the actual Kingsman
Because
group.
they can't afford Taron Egerton anymore.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I don't know. It looks good. I'm gonna go see it.
I'm kind of excited about it. It's probably going to set up an origin, which will set up a fourth movie because something will probably happen towards the end where like he'll set something in motion and then like it's going to cut back.
Yeah, because this film takes place in World War One, right?
Yeah, I think it was like part of the
you're gonna
trailer was like,
definitely-
this is a parachute. You can jump safely from a plane with this. It's
Yeah,
like,
so-
here's our gadget.
It's
like, it's
definitely
great.
gonna be like a World War II. We're gonna have a World War II one. We're gonna have probably like there's a lot of time between the first one, which is like 2014, and World War One. You know, I mean, there's a lot of time.
Yeah, and
Plenty of stories to tell.
96
Plus,
years.
they don't have to keep Eggsy. They could just go do.
No,
They
it.
they
probably
can do what
can't
they want.
afford him.
They could probably just bring in new
That's his name,
characters. and
Taron Egerton, right?
Yeah.
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 He's
Well, the main
By the
characters.
way, look,
the
I'm
last thing
sorry.
he did
There
was,
is a film that he did. I highly recommend everyone see.
Sing.
Just because it's really good that he was in it. Is the one about Elton John, the Elton John.
Rocket
biopic.
Man, yeah.
Rocket Man is phenomenal,
Did
and
you
I
see Sing?
didn't realize that he actually sings those songs. That's him actually singing.
Is it really?
Yeah, I blown away. Good, but I didn't
Was
see
it the same
Sing.
way in Bohemian Rhapsody?
I
Do
didn't
you know
see
what Sing is?
No.
It's the It's an animated, I think, DreamWorks film about a singing competition.
Oh
And
yeah,
he-
it's all the animals.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays the gorilla teenager.
Oh really?
And he's really good in it. He's really good because it's all a bunch of people. I think most of them are singers. Like Scarlett Johansson, I think is one of the characters. And it's all these people who are doing like
Bad.
covers of songs too. Like it's honestly like a small town American Idol type movie. It's really good.
Oh. The Kingsman comes out September 18th. Is that movie Sing already out?
Oh yeah, it's been out.
Okay.
It's been out for years.
And then I put this one on here for you as well. I've actually put a lot of these on here.
I appreciate that.
This one, Godzilla versus Kong.
You put links to YouTube videos for all these. You put a link to a fan made trailer for Godzilla vs Kong.
Yeah, because there's not a trailer.
There's
out for it.
not, which is shocking.
So, and that's where I have to put like, these are not like these release dates. These are what we're calling expected. They're
Yeah.
expected on this date, but we don't know
because
for
two
sure.
of these 3 have already been delayed.
Well,
Yeah.
the best thing about the Godzilla movies is that it's just big things fighting.
Yeah,
Because I think
wish
there
there
was
was
a
more
bunch
of
of
that.
critics. There was a bunch of critics that were like, "Oh, I don't think this is going to be good. There's not enough human drama." And I'm sitting there going, "Yes,
That's
I
what-
just
no-
want to watch these two things fight."
Exactly.
That's
You
what everyone-
understand me.
Everyone wants an hour and a
Well,
half.
so
of
that's
a
what's funny.
Giant
This
ape
I
and
was
a
just
lizard
looking it up to
fighting.
see if a trailer was out No, there isn't, but test screenings have been happened, and first of all, it seems positive, but also it's the shortest one they've made yet at an hour 45.
Oh wow!
But
that's
test
good.
screeners have said it's still all there. Like they didn't skip out on stuff.
They might just jump right into it.
I hope they do, and they don't leave. They don't leave time for. I don't care about your problems you have with your daughter. Like, just let her die so I can watch Godzilla fighting things.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
And also,
it's expected November 20th.
It was supposed to come out this month.
Yeah, it's
and it got
expected
delayed.
November 20th, but we will see. I will get my opinion on the trailers. We have to end this show because we're trying a new structure. Of being small.
You've got 2 more movies. You go ahead.
I thought you wanted it to be shorter.
Not that extreme.
Oh man! All right. Well, the next film on here is No Time to Die. Actually, today Matt had alerted me that this got pushed back to Thanksgiving Day.
The article I wrote is Thanksgiving, so it probably is Thanksgiving Day.
A lot of them say November 25th
because it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to come out in April, and tickets had already gone on sale.
Oh wow!
Which is kind of shocking.
No Time to Die.
Which they probably did it to avoid the coronavirus.
I thought the movie was called Time to Die, but I guess it's called No Time to Die.
Which, do you think Godzilla vs. Kong knew about coronavirus and that's why they delayed it?
I mean, it's possible.
Godzilla vs. Kong got delayed over 6 months ago.
He's setting a joke up. He's kidding.
Wait.
He's
I'm
joking.
sorry.
That was literally just a joke. All right, give us the last one, Ryan.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant the Bond movie, and I was like,
no, the Bond movie
ran through
the Bond
a
movie
theoretical.
probably was.
That was really fun to watch, like the gears turn in his head. As you were telling the joke to him, I was like, "Oh no, it's a joke. Don't fall for it."
Anytime you guys give me new information and ask me to like go through hypotheticals, like I'll run through like 20 of them in my head at one time
perfect
and
victim.
try to like pop
and
it
the
out.
last one.
I've
I'm
just
really
been
excited
around
about
him
this.
for so long. The last one,
Dune.
Dune. Yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
I'm
so ready, dude.
know what this film is.
priceless. It's an old movie. It's effectively like worms underground.
That's
that, like,
not what Dune is about.
That's what.
Am I thinking about the wrong one?
You're thinking about the right movie. It's not about the worms.
You're thinking of Tremors.
Oh, Tremors. I'm thinking Tremors. I've got the complete
kind
wrong
of.
one. Never mind.
No, there are worms in Dune.
I'll just stick to Corona.
No. Oh my God.
Wow.
It was. I'm so ready.
You were so angry.
I'm really angry. I can't wait for this.
Did it
movie.
make you angry when you clicked on that to see the trailers, the old trailer for the old Dune film?
I just clicked on it and saw that. Yeah, great. By the I always forget it.
That was on purpose.
David Lynch.
Yeah.
It's not awful, but it's pretty bad. This new one though is going to be incredible. Denis Villeneuve is heartthrob.
The cast is pretty good.
The cast is phenomenal.
Cast is pretty good.
I'm so ready, dude.
I'm ready to
I
watch
want
them
this.
fight a bunch of worms in the sand.
They don't fight the
while
worms.
they eat Texas.
Now,
It's a complex galactic political story.
That's where Tremors takes place, right? In Texas? Or
Something like that.
Because I thought it took place near like the...
It might be Nevada.
Yeah, that might be.
Someplace with sand.
I know
Yeah,
it's
rocks.
a place where there's nobody.
It's out west.
There's
I love
nobody.
Reba McEntire and her husband in that one.
Were they in Tremors?
Yeah.
Which one? There's like, I mean,
The first one.
It was she in the first one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the first one.
Her
in
and
a
her
long time.
husband are the ones that have the shack with all the guns on the wall.
That makes sense. That's probably their real shack.
Maybe.
Dude, Texas is a crazy place, man.
Dude, Texas is great.
Texas.
Well,
People
to
are
all
like,
our
"Hey,
Texans-
you're not bothering me? Great. You don't have a gun? Here's one."
I like the old like Joe Rogan joke where there's more tigers in captivity in Texas than there are in the whole world.
That really tells
there
you all
are
you need to
tigers
know.
in the whole world.
Well, to all of our listeners in Texas, I apologize for that. We'll end it there so we don't offend
love
you
you.
anymore. Be sure to tell your friends about the show. You can head to www.popcultureunboxing.com.
Please
You can
leave-
find us on iTunes and wherever podcasts are sold. Be sure to leave us a review. Tell your friends. Give us 5 stars.
Please
Word of
tell
mouth is our
us.
biggest thing.
Please leave a comment and tell us if you like this structure that we tried to follow. I want to know. I want to know if I need to add less articles to our episode because I feel like there were way too many.
I think if you took out like one article, it would have flowed.
Two
a
of them
little
were
better.
supposed to exit, but I ran out of time when I pulled into Matt's place. It's like I screwed this up.
Oh, that's good.
It worked out in the end. Brian, where can they find you?
They find me everywhere pretty much now at Red Steak Ryan. I'm even on Twitch.
Nice. Zach,
Oh, wow.
anything you want to plug?
I will be creating a Twitter this week so that I have something to plug.
He's finally joining the normies,
What
guys.
a dude. You can find me, you can find the show at Pop Culture Unboxing on everything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And you can find me at Matt Ross VO pretty much exclusively on
Zach,
Twitter.
we need a photo of you to put on the website.
Yeah, true.
Oh, Yeah, I think I have a
figure
few
it
that
out.
we
Don't
can
worry,
use.
I have a photo of me from back in college, and
Yeah,
I
he
looked
does.
completely different. And I think that photo's in black and white.
It is.
I realized that I found the colored version. My eyes are so beet red. You can guess why. But
That's great.
I was like, wow, I put that on Facebook. I uploaded that to
nowadays.
social media.
All right, so our takeaways here are: be sure to put your pictures of your red eyes on Facebook,
Yeah.
and
was a
don't
good
drive
flight.
drunk unless you have to.
Good
I've,
flight.
I've got a good side by side of me and Ellen because when I
All
don't
right.
have a
Drunk
beard,
unless you have to.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
that's great. But no, I actually have a picture of me and Ellen side by side.
Talking. The show's over.
I know it's over.
Bye,
What's the point?
Zach.
Goodbye.